Don't do this in Italy if you like your money or your sanity. I've seen travelers blow hundreds of euros, lose their temper, and even ruin their dream trip, all because of these simple mistakes. I've lived in Italy for 21 years, and believe me, I've made some, if not all, these mistakes myself. And today, well, I'm gonna try to save you some of that pain. And stick around, because later I'll tell you about that one travel mistake that nearly drove me crazy, literally, when I was trying to make my way to the airport. Don't grab a taxi from the airport before informing yourself on the prices first. But if you hop in blindly at Rome's Fiumicino Airport, it could cost you 70 euro or more. Yes, taxis are expensive in Italy. So do your research, check on flat fare rates, or better yet, public transportation. At Rome's airport, you can use the Leonardo Express that'll take you into the center. Or in Milan, they have the Malpensa Express from the main Malpensa airport to Milano Centrale. In Florence, there's a tram as well. This saves you money and an argument in broken Italian. Don't sit down for coffee in tourist squares. Cappuccino in Piazza San Marco, well, you're gonna pay 15 euro for milk foam. So what I recommend, do what Italians do. Coffee at the bar, $1.50, and people watch for free. Get this, at some of my favorite spots in Florence, you gotta pay a cover charge even if you order at the bar and sit at a table. So I ordered a cafe macchiato the other day, which cost $1.70. My friend ordered one as well, and each of us were hit with a $1.50 coperto. So 3 euro for the cover charge, the fee at the table, and $1.70 each for our cafe macchiatos. We would have been much better ordering at the bar, slamming it down, and then andiamo. Don't overpack for cobblestones and trains. Yes, this is European reality. But dragging 2 giant roller suitcases up and over those bridges that go over all the famous Venice canals, well, that's a workout you didn't sign up for. So consider just taking a backpack or one small roller. I know it sounds impossible, but your back will thank you. Just remember the advice from my good friend Rupert Guinness in Sydney. He always told me, travel light, travel far. Words to live by. Don't buy your gelato from neon-lit shops, but those mountains of Smurf-like colors, blue, pinks, it's not authentic, and guess what? It costs more. So, look for muted colors, metal tins, and family-run shops. That's where the good stuff hides. Oh, and truth be told, I'm not a gelato type of guy. If you are, let me know down in the comments. What's your favorite gelato flavor? Never assume trains are simple. But tourists, they buy the wrong ticket, forget to validate it, and get slapped with a 50 euro fine. Believe me, I know. Remember at the start of this video when I said there was that mistake on the way to the airport that nearly, literally drove me crazy? Well, this is it. I bought the ticket to get to Milan so I could take another train to get to the airport and take a flight. I got on my train heading towards Milan, but it turns out I was on a slower train. I had a ticket for a faster train. Train conductor came by, checked our tickets, and saw I had the wrong ticket for that train. Slapped me with a 50 euro fine. I got to Milan Centrale, but guess what? It was a slower train. I missed the Malpensa Express to get to the airport. So that meant I was in a rush. I had to get a cab. It cost me another 100 euro. And all in all, that was a 150 euro mistake I'll never forget. So learn how Trenitalia works, the main train operator. Don't forget to validate or stamp your tickets. Zzz, zzz. Especially on those locale and regionale trains. On the high-speed ones, you don't have to do it. But buy in advance to save yourself money. And always, always check the train type. Learn from my mistakes. Don't try to do too many cities at once. But cramming in Rome, Florence, and Venice in 5 days, well, that'll drain your wallet and your patience. Believe me, I know. On my first trip here to Italy, I think I only had 1 week, and by the time I got here with the trips back and forth, it was down to 5 days, and I tried to jam too much in. So, pick fewer places, spend more time in those places. You'll save your money and your sanity, and you'll actually enjoy Italy instead of sprinting through it. I'll tell you the story of my brother-in-law on a recent trip here to Italy with my sister and the family. We went to Puglia after we'd been spending time in Florence, seeing all the sights, running around, and they'd been to Rome as well. But that week, at a villa poolside in Puglia, well, at the end of the trip, he said he enjoyed that more, sitting there poolside with spritz in hand over the monuments, the museums, and the hustle and bustle of the cities. If this feels like too much to remember, don't worry, I got you covered. I just released a new PDF e-guide that you can download, have in your pocket on your phone, called Italy Unlocked. 100 pages thereabouts, ram jam full of information with 21 years of boots on the ground experience from me to you. Information on planning your trip, how to get to and from Italy, how to get around Italy once you're here, some of my favorite restaurants and hotels I've collected over the years with Google links, what to see, what to eat, and what to be weary of, scams and all sorts of tricks that you may encounter when you're traveling around Italy, how you can stay safe. And you can download it via the link in the description. It's called Italy Unlocked. Don't eat right next to the city's Duomo or the Rome Colosseum or in Venice's Piazza San Marco. Restaurants double the prices and cut the quality. So walk a few blocks away. You're gonna find better prices and twice the flavor. In Italy, your wallet and your sanity survives the further you walk from a tourist site. Look, you're gonna get a much better experience if you just wander the streets, get away from the major sites. You'll see little things, little shops, older couples running them, having a good time. Maybe you can even use a little bit of your broken Italian. You'll find a little restaurant, a little bar where you can dive in, and the locals will try to stuff your face with some of their local specialties. You won't get sold things you don't want to buy, tourist trinkets, and you won't see menus in English. You'll get the authentic Italy. When I first moved to Italy back in 2004, a little side story, I kept going to the same local restaurant in my town because I didn't want to cook at home, and I don't think I even had a kitchen installed yet, so I kept going to that same restaurant over and over. It was extremely inexpensive, and I got to know the cook, the owner, and their son. Their son's name was Oreste. The restaurant was named after him and the uncle with the same name, called Orestino, the restaurant. And every night, well, without fail, they would try to serve me a limoncello or a local grappa or some other digestivo and shovel me some free food or dessert that I didn't even ask for, and I certainly wasn't gonna have to pay for. So nice, so special, so sweet, a memory I'll keep up here forever. But that all was because I wasn't eating on the tourist path. I was in a local place and I was visiting regularly and trying to use, yes, my broken Italian as it was back in 2004. Do you remember earlier when I talked about how Italy can surprise you? Sometimes she does it in good ways, sometimes in ways that hit your wallet. But here's the thing, most tourists don't realize they're wasting hundreds of euros on little mistakes locals would never make. Renting the wrong car, paying extra for coffee, buying the wrong museum tickets. It adds up fast. So don't worry, in my next video, I break down exactly how to avoid these costly mistakes and travel smarter without blowing your budget. Click here to watch the next video, how to travel Italy on a budget and avoid costly mistakes. I'll show you how to save your money and keep your sanity. See you there.